Okay, the time is now 1 o'clock. We'll call our regular commissioner meeting to order. We'll start our meeting today with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of
the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The first item on our agenda today is employee recognition. This is one of the fun things that we get to do, to take time to recognize people who served Whitley County government and hit milestones in their years of service. So we each have one today. So Rob, if you just want to start, and please come forward. We'd love for you to get your certificate.
For 35 years of valuable contribution to Randy Bilger.
Amy Motter, 30 years at Whitley County government. That three's got to be a two, Amy. There's no way.
I started when I was a baby.
A baby.
And I have Nadine Lamley. So Nadine, she's been with the county since December 23rd, 1985. The longest standing employee within Whitley County government. 38 years. Another great thing that commissioners get to do are proclamations. And today there's someone with us who we would like to recognize for many years of service, 27 years of service. And that person is Russ Gilliam. So Dr. Gilliam, today is a proclamation recognizing the dedicated service of Russ Gilliam. Whereas the Board of Commissioners of Whitley County, Indiana is the executive and legislative body of Whitley County. And whereas we recognize communities nationwide are keenly aware of the importance of physical and mental health. And whereas we honor those who generously give their time and talents to improve their communities. And whereas Mr. Russ Gilliam has devoted countless hours without remunerations to the physical and mental well-being of the citizens of Whitley County through his work with the Whitley County Health Board and the Whitley County Health Department. And whereas value is placed on and recognition provided with respect and admiration of the contribution of Mr. Russ Gilliam as serving as a member and chair of the Whitley County Health Board, and whereas Mr. Russ Gilliam has selflessly served his county with honor for 27 years, and now therefore be it proclaimed that we, Chad Banks, Teresa Basinger, and Rob Schuman, commissioners of Whitley County, and the citizens of Whitley County, honor Mr. Russ Gilliam for his 27 years of distinguished and dedicated service to our county. We're just really grateful.
Honestly, it's been an honor for me to do this. I work with great people. It's great to be in Whitley County. So it really is an honor for me to be able to have the opportunity to do that. So Thank you.
You mind if we have our photo taken with you?
Oh, sure, sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Tim's gonna do it.
Yeah, we'll do that.
My dinosaur head. Okay, great, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, next item for regular business, we have the Thomas Marshall bid acceptance. Has everyone had a chance to review that? So I did not bring.
I did not bring mine
copy.
from last meeting either.
I'm gonna pause 1 second and grab something off my desk. So I know Kyle, you're here today and you're welcome to come forward if you'd like. I don't know if we'll have questions or not, but we did have a chance to meet with Mark, who's absent from the meeting, but because he had an appointment already scheduled. And feel free to take a seat. So we were awarded a DNR grant to do work on the Thomas R. Marshall home. And we put that out to bid. And one of the bids we're very comfortable with, and the other we're not, right? Am I
That's
correct?
The other portion of the bids came in higher than we expected.
So what we'd like to do is accept the bid from Dom Brothers for $46,500 and reject the other bids
And put it out for
And-
rebid.
and then rebid.
And I have no issues with it. I've already looked at it. I'll make a motion that we accept the Dumb Brothers and reject the other one and put it back out to bid.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. I'll open up for further discussion. Part of the rebid is that the maintenance department will be working alongside Dom Brothers.
Correct.
And doing some of the work that we previously put out to bid.
Our hope is to rebid that as we can help them.
Yeah, so some of the scope of work is going to change because we'll be doing some of the work. So is there any other discussion? I have a motion and a second on the floor. Is there anything you want to add? Okay. So at this time, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by raising your right hand and oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. So you can have this. This is what we did, accepted, rejected.
You guys need me for anything else?
No, thank you.
Thank
Yep,
you.
I'll be in the rest of the
The next item on the agenda is the solid waste joint board appointment. Is that the citizen committee?
Yes, yep.
I'll let you speak to that.
So obviously this isn't a very glamorous board, so we didn't have people busting down the doors to get appointed to it. But we do think that we found someone that's interested. He verified that he would be willing to serve. So I would nominate John Myers. I think he would do a great job.
Okay, I have a nomination. Do I have a second? I have a nomination and a second to appoint John Myers to the Citizen Action Committee for Solid Waste Board. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand and oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. The next item on the agenda today is a plat approval. Is Nathan here?
Good afternoon. Have one plat for your review, acceptance, and approval. We have two more coming for the next meeting, just as a heads up. This one is a one-lot subdivision to be called the Rogers Market subdivision. It is actually one lot, but it also includes a common area for some drainage detention facilities. And I just confirmed with Brad that we do not accept and are not planning on accepting the drainage facilities as public improvements. So they would remain private as part of the owners association with this overall development. If we did do that, you wouldn't be seeing this until they were actually in and completed. So as a heads up. So it includes one lot, common area, and an outlot that will be set up for future splitting whenever we have additional users come in, butters come in. So this did get Plan Commission primary approval at their, I forget which meeting, I believe it was September's meeting. So any questions? Located on 100 South, just east of Sailright and Triad.
So you said the detention pond is going to remain private. What part of the drainage plan is going to remain private?
Everything, yeah.
And they're aware of that.
Yes, that is correct. All the maintenance is set up to be part of the covenants. I just wanted to make sure with Brad that there wasn't some other discussion I wasn't aware of.
Any more questions for Nathan?
I'll make a motion to approve the request as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Rogers Market subdivision. Hearing no further discussion, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And oppose the same, and that passes unanimously.
Thank you. I'll leave this here and get it after the meeting then.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
The next item on the agenda today is Community Corrections Advisory Board meeting dates. Hi, Paula.
Hello there. So I'm here today to request approval of the 2024
Not two.
Advisory board meeting dates. I did check and I was able to verify the meeting rooms are available on those dates for us to use.
Okay. Any questions for Paula? I don't have any questions, but I will say that I just am really grateful for your Monday reports that you send with the participants and the male wing, the female wing, the jail. It's really good information. I appreciate your effort on that. Yeah, thank you.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting dates as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And opposed, the same, and that's unanimous.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, we've got the Health Board member renewal and septic ordinance.
Unfortunately, I do not have the septic ordinance back from the health department attorney yet, so that'll have to be another date.
Okay,
I'll do that, but I do have renewal for you to sign for Mr. Mayborder, Dr. Mayborder.
okay, so what we have is a request for reappointment to the Health Board. I'd entertain a motion.
How long, I'm sorry. How long has he been on the board? It's been quite a while.
Right, he's been on the board at least 15 years, if not longer. And in July, we approved his existing term back on the board, and so this is his renewal date this year. He's the only one that renews this year. Next year, we'll have 2 members.
I have no issues with it. I would make a motion that we reappoint Dr. Mayweather to the health board.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. Is this good to you, Tiffany, or back to Scott? Okay, next up on the agenda is AT&T. And what we have is an agreement, and this is for the ability to use AT&T Mobility National Accounts and FirstNet? So currently we use Verizon. This opens up the opportunity for us to use AT&T. Any questions? I'll try to answer.
Do you want to explain what the first net is?
I would love it if Sheriff Spencer would explain what FirstNet is.
He came over here for this.
Well, welcome anyway.
FirstNet is just a program, it's a national program for first responders, and it importance to first responders in a time of emergency, such as what they've used down in hurricanes, tornadoes, mass floodings, things like that. And what we've done is a lot of our people have switched over. Our MiFis are now in cars running AT&T FirstNet, but also we didn't mandate it obviously, but a lot of our personnel have switched to FirstNet. What that allows us to do, when any government agency allows to do state or federal or local, it allows you to build your own portal. So as a FirstNet user, we actually have a portal built in. So in the event of a catastrophe, whether we have like no cell phone service or anything, we actually have mobility trucks that are stationed throughout the United States that actually can move here in this location to give that service. Also, if there's limited connectivity that those FirstNet users are, we can actually go into our own portal, we control it, it's ours, we can do what we want with it. And we can put those people, we can level up, meaning that if you're at home playing solitaire on your computer, you're probably gonna get booted off in time of emergency because FirstNet users get first priority. So it's a nationwide program for first responders, whether it's police, fire, EMS, or anything else, so. Good.
Good, thank you.
I would make a motion to approve the contract as presented.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second, and I believe this has been reviewed by
It has.
you, right?
Yes.
Not Andy, but you.
Yes.
So, and you see no issue with the contract
No.
as presented. Okay, I have a motion and a second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And opposed, the same, and that passes unanimously. Okay, the next item on the agenda is our commissioner meeting schedule for 2024. You have that printed. I know that everyone's had a chance to review. And I know there's, what's that?
Time is incorrect.
Well, it's just the time that we've always had, right? But there's been some internal discussion about a change in the meeting times. And I did check with Andy. And so I'll just be straightforward about it. We've talked about changing our meeting time to 4 o'clock. And we find that that would, to us, seems to be a reasonable compromise between daytime meetings and evening meetings, where we've heard from many constituents who are unable to make middle of the day meeting times. And so, you know, we've had internal conversation about it. We know that it works for the county attorney in 2024, but you know, I'd like to hear from you, Tiffany, as well, because you have to be here, but you also have the ability to flex your schedule.
And I just, year after year, we always present the same. I hadn't heard anything where I would have presented a couple of options or.
Yeah, and it's just been really recent discussion that we've had. I'd be comfortable with 4 o'clock. I wouldn't be comfortable with anything.
I think 4 is a good compromise. As you know, the county closes at 4:30. So if we have those employees that need to bring something in front of us, we can make sure they're first on the agenda. Yeah, I think 4 would be a reasonable time. I mean, obviously, not every single time is going to work for everybody, but I think this will be more accommodating than the 1 p.m.
And we do have the ability to change it again. We just have to advertise it. So we could surely try with our January 2nd, starting effective January 2nd, moving it kind of 4 o'clock. And if we find after a few meetings that's just simply not working, then we can advertise them.
And I can easily change that with somebody.
Yeah. So that being said, I'd entertain a motion to approve the 2024 meeting schedule with the correction of meeting times beginning at 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And opposed, the same, and that passes. So kind of an old business thing. We have the facility requests for Old Settlers Days. We've had conversation about that, I think, during 2 meetings. And then we recently were all three in the courthouse and I was able to show where they partition off the restroom. And I say arm the rest of the courthouse, but I mean, the security is alarmed for the remaining of the courthouse, but that it'd be the south entrance and the restrooms are not secured. They've amended it since, but I'd entertain the idea of approving as originally presented with the use of the restrooms as well.
I have no issues with it. I'll make a motion to approve the request, including the restrooms.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And opposed, the same, and that passes unanimously.
Sign that in purple. I hope that's okay. I wasn't thinking when I
It's
took.
okay. We also have a new facilities request for the Veterans Day Marathon. This is a reoccurring event that happens, and Joanne Bird is the requester. This would be, the dates requested is a range of from 10/11 to 11, or I'm sorry, from 11/10, November 10th through November 13th. And the purpose is to use they have a tent they set up alongside the courthouse on the northwest corner where they pass out awards, and everybody brings in soups and chilies. If you haven't attended, it's great to watch everybody come in, and then the runners get soups and chilies and stuff from the tent. So they would set that up there. I'm not sure on the reason for the range. Kimmy, do you happen to know why there's a date range instead of just the date of the event?
What are the dates?
From November 10th through November 13th.
I think they set up.
Okay, so they set up early.
Should we contact Joanne Bird to make sure that that's?
Yeah, I mean, I have no issue with the way it's presented because I know what they're setting up. I've attended several times, so I'm comfortable with it. We can ask for clarification, but this is, I guess there is one meeting still before the event. So if you,
I'm fine approving it.
no, there's not, is there? No, there's not. There's not.
Yeah. I'm fine approving it, just so we can get clarification.
Yeah, we'll just ask for clarification after. Yeah.
I move to approve the request as presented.
Second.
Yeah, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for a vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand, and oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. As an add-on to the agenda, we received an email from probation from Brad about a cell phone stipend for a field officer. I know the person who previously held that position was receiving that cell phone stipend of $30. And so I would entertain a motion to approve a stipend for Samuel Rainey, who is the current probation field officer.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand, and oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is accounts payable and payroll.
I went up today and went over payroll and accounts payable. Everything was in order. I didn't think there were too many. So I would make a motion to approve payroll.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve payroll. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Oppose the same, and that passes unanimously. Accounts payable.
I'll make a motion to approve accounts payable.
I have a motion to second. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same, and that passes unanimously. Okay, last item on the agenda is our previous meeting minutes approval. Does everyone have a chance to review?
Move to approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve our October 16th, 2023 meeting minutes. I'll call for the vote. All those in favor, raise your right hand. And opposed, the same, and that passes unanimously.
Can I borrow your pen?
Yeah.
Purple. Thank you.
While we're signing, we'll open it up for public comment. If there's anyone here today that would like to come forward and speak, now would be the time to do it. No public comment. Anything from the county attorney's office?
Nope.
Auditor? Commissioner Schuman?
Nothing.
Commissioner Basinger?
Nothing.
And I have nothing to add. So at this time, we'll adjourn our meeting. Thank you all for coming.
Meeting's adjourned.